Hey guys, Miller here. Thought I'd just show these off. I've been meaning to show off my German army for bolt action for quite a while. So I thought I'd just give you a quick rundown of what I've got and what I've still got to do. So we'll start at the front here. When I first started, I picked up the 500 point German army list that you can get. I think it's about £50. Then you get you get enough to do 2 squads. You get an LMG, a mortar team, and an officer, and there's enough to be on the sprues to be able to give him another 2 men support. And I also managed to make a squad for a sniper team with support. After that, I really fancied doing some Fallschirmjäger, but I didn't fancy buying a box, so I picked up a couple of sprues on eBay. So any eagle eye viewers will notice that there's a 12-man squad and you can only have a 10-man squad. So I gave them all LMG. I gave them all assault rifles except for 2, which I can obviously chop in and out if I want to use them. There's obviously an LMG, and I think there's 2 Panzerfaust. Quickly going back to these are just 10-man rifleman squads with an NCO, with an MP40, 1 Panzerfaust and 1 LMG in each squad. Later on, I ended up getting a box of the SS. So I've done 2 rifleman squads, which are either side. Each rifleman squad has a rifle on each man, except for the NCO that has the assault rifle, and then he has 2 men in support, both with MP40s. I think each squad's got 3 Panzerfaust as well. The squad in the middle is a veteran squad, so they all have the assault rifles with 1 LMG, the same as actually the other 2 rifleman squads, and again 3 Panzerfaust. After that, I ended up getting some Heer Grenadiers. Bit late, considering I've managed to get most of the army done before that. So again, 2 rifleman squads, both with LMGs, with I think 2 Panzerfaust, and then there's 2 men with MP40s and an LMG, if I hadn't said, and then again 1 veteran squad, all with SMGs, not SMGs, oh, yeah, assault rifles, sorry, and I think again 3 Panzerfaust and an LMG. Yeah. Okay, so that's the infantry. I do need to get a flamethrower maybe and a Panzerschreck. I think both of them would be quite good additions. I do also need to pick up a new LMG squad, and maybe another mortar for the Heer Grenadiers, because these I think are here, but I've painted them as these, which were more of a blitzkrieg sort of style. I followed the painting guide that you can get on Warlord Games, and I didn't really like how they come out. I've preferred how the Heer Grenadiers have come out, which I've done a lot later. The SS were quite fun to do. I've never tried doing SS camos before. To be fair, I'd probably need another go at it. But I think the thing that was the most interesting bit to do, if I can get it to focus, was doing the SS transfers on the collars. That was quite a fun and tricky bit to have to do. But yeah, that's it for the infantry. I'll try and show you my artillery next. Alright guys, so these are the artillery pieces that I've got for bolt action. Obviously they're not all artillery, unless you obviously count the 88 as artillery, because it can be both artillery, anti-tank and anti-air. With all of my weapons teams, I always try to make the men removable. That way, obviously, if anybody gets killed, you can just take them off. This was made before 2nd edition came out, so there's an additional man on these now. So whenever I use this, I'll have to use an additional man to mark it, because I think there's 7 man on an 88 now. This pretty much was the main reason I even wanted to start doing bolt action, just to be able to make that. This is a 105mm howitzer, medium howitzer in the game. Again, 4 crew, all removable. Really enjoy doing all of these sorts of things. I think some of the German artillery is just amazing. Pack 40. Again, removable men. Oh, he's been drinking. And then I believe it's a pack 43. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is Warlord's newest artillery piece for the Germans. Tried to go as similar as I could with the image on the site. Again, all the men removable. I managed to get this one done just as lockdown started. So this is the newest one I've done and painted. Had a lot of fun doing it again. The camo and the uniforms on these, again, I did when I did the Blitzkrieg style. So they're a lot darker camo than the newest ones I've done, which are similar to the Heer Grenadiers that I did recently. But yeah, that's it for the artillery. I could probably do with getting some lighter artillery, maybe some more flak. But yeah, that's the artillery for now. I'll show you what tanks and anti-tank I have. Okay guys, so these are the tanks that I've got at the moment. We've obviously got a Panzer IV, a Tiger tank, Tiger 1, a Panther, and a King Tiger. Obviously you'll notice that they're all different camos. This was the first time I tried using an airbrush to do the camo. Didn't come out too brilliantly. It was very late and very bad light, and it didn't really go very well. But it was a good attempt. This again here is the second go I've had at painting this. I did try it with the camo, but it didn't again come out too well. But I quite liked the desert camo. The number is Wittmann's number, but obviously I don't think Wittmann ever had this camouflage on his Tiger, so if you could just ignore that. And then this is one of the ones, or both the ones I've done more recently. Again, I'm not too fond on the colours. It seems a bit too yellow, a bit too brown. But they're all right for a game. Had a lot of fun doing all of these. To be fair, as you'll probably notice in a minute, I prefer anti-tank or tank hunters more, because I've got a lot more than I have these. I could probably do with a Panzer III and maybe some other lighter tanks, but I've just, again, like the 88, I really wanted to make the Tiger. So that's one of the main reasons I even started doing the German army. But I'll show you the anti-tanks now. Okay guys, so these are the tank destroyers. I know I keep calling them anti-tanks, but they're obviously tank destroyers. We've got a Hetzer, a Stug, a Marder 3, a Nashorn, a Jagdpanzer, my favourite of all of them, the Jagdpanther, and then the the Jagdtiger, sorry, brain fart. Some brilliant anti-tank tank destroyers here. By far the Jagdpanther is my favourite German tank of all. I had to get the Jagdtiger because it's just huge in comparison to everything else. I mean, if I compare it to the Hetzer, it just dwarfs it. Whether or not I'd ever get it in a game, what would its points cost? Same as the King Tiger, but I just had to get one to make one. I'm quite happy with the paint scheme on the Jagdpanther, but again, the Jagdpanzers is, again, I did that at the same time with the Panther and the King Tiger. Again, it's a bit yellow, so I might have to try and redo them. The same with the Marder 3, was also done at the same time. But yeah, so that's my tank destroyers. Get a frontal shot. I've got just the transports and support vehicles to show you, and then one extra little thing at the end, so bear with me. Okay, so these are the transports, tankettes, and also some an artillery. I can't remember what they're called now. This is a Hummel, with a 120mm heavy howitzer. The only one I've got. I wish they did a 120mm field gun, but no one I know makes it. I know there's 3D printed versions online, but they're about £60, and I just can't justify that. If I could buy one of these and then nick the gun and stick it on another chassis, on a stand maybe for the 105, stick it on one of these, I might do that, but I don't think it'd be good. So if Warlord could hurry up and maybe make one, then that would be fantastic. But I know heavy howitzers aren't really used very much in bolt action. We've also got a Puma, and then 2 early half tracks, because they've got the slant as opposed to the main slant going back like this. I couldn't SDK. I couldn't tell you the proper number. But that's these. Again, this Hummel was done at the same time as the Jagdpanzer, Panther, King Tiger, and the Marder. It's got the same dodgy camo that I've done. Sadly, I wish I'd been able to do similar to these, but I might have to redo them. Just looking at them now makes me kind of want to redo them. But I've got one more little thing to show you, and then that's all of my German army. Right, so this obviously isn't from bolt action. This is from 40K's or 30K's Horus Heresy collection. This came with a box set, I can't remember what it's called now, and I bought it with the intention of building an army. Got bored quite quickly because I'm not really a big fan on Games Workshop, and then the only thing I ended up building was this, and I saw it and thought it just needed being made into German. It's quite funny actually that the main reason I'm even doing these videos is because Steve over on Point HQ's channel has done exactly the same thing, and I did say to him it was quite funny he'd done the same. But yeah, I just wanted to prove to you, Steve, that I have done this and that I wasn't making it up. But yeah, so that's my German army. I have got a US Airborne and a US Army. So obviously if you guys like this and like and subscribe, then I will show off that one as well. It's not quite as big as the German army, but I can also show that off. So that's it for now, guys. Bye for now.